Hello, everyone. My name is Christina, and I'm going to share website essentials with you. So, this will help you take your website to the next level. My name is Christina. Thank you so much for having me here today. I am the founder and creative director for Seventh Made. I am a brand and web designer, creative entrepreneur, and a multi-passionate person. My story started out pretty traditionally. I went to college and then got a corporate design job right out of college. And I just remember sitting at my 9 to 5 thinking, there has to be something more out there for me. I knew I wanted to help people with design in a much more personable way. And pretty much after having that realization, I put in my 2 weeks notice and I quit and started my design business in 2018. And today I want to share about all the different website design tips and tricks that I have and really help you to take your website to the next level. So today we're going to talk about, should you even have a website, your website wardrobe, creating a bomb-ass webpage, and how to increase your conversions. So first off, should you even have a website? Yes, 100%. Your website can literally change your life. We've had clients who've been able to hire staff, they've been able to increase their income, they've been able to really start living out their passion and doing what they were called to do. And you can too, you know. Your online presence brings credibility. Your website does your heavy lifting for you, and your website is your digital storefront to your business. So while you're out creating connections with people through social media and different ways, your website is literally going to help you convert those people. So even when you're sleeping or not working, your website is working for you, which is awesome to know that you have a website that's got your back. So this is what I like to call your website wardrobe. So just like your wardrobe, you have stable pieces, you have your fun pieces that kind of helps express your personality, and that's all of the components that we have to use to create your website. So first off, we have your domain. This is what you're going to want to purchase from any place like GoDaddy, Google Domains, Bluehost, any place like that. Also, if you're thinking about changing your name or you're just starting a business, check to see if your domain name is even available. That's really helpful too. Next is your website platform. So finding a platform that is easy to use. I've literally feel like I've tried and been on so many different website platforms and then finally came across Showit.co, and it has been life-changing. It is the easiest website platform I've used. It is drag and drop, easy to use. I use it for myself, for my clients. And once you find a website platform that is ideal for you, it changes the game. Not only are you going to feel confident, you'll be able to go in there, make updates, make some changes, and once you can do that, it changes the game for everything, right? If you do want to check it out, they have a free trial, and you can use code GOLDDIGGER for a discount as well. Next in your wardrobe, we have your fonts. So I recommend using 2 to 3 fonts for your brand and then assigning them a role. So have one font as the header font, a font as the subheader font, and then a paragraph font. This way it really takes out the guesswork. So when you're creating website material or marketing collateral, these fonts already have a designated role. Some really great resources are Google Fonts. These are totally free. And then Creative Market has really good options. Defont.com. These are a few places I've used that have been really great. Next, we have your color palette. So I recommend using 3 to 5 colors. Typically, you're going to want 2 lighter neutrals, 2 darker neutrals, and 1 to 2 accent colors. And if at all, like that many just feels overwhelming or you don't know where to use them, then start out with just 3 colors. 1 lighter neutral, 1 darker neutral, and then your pop of color. A really great resource is color.adobe.com. Here you can literally upload a photo and then it will extract a color palette for you. There are also sliders on the side, so you can kind of move those around and tweak the color palette to get exactly what you're looking for. It's awesome. It's such a great thing. And they do have a trending color palette section as well. So it's kind of fun to browse around there too and just see like what people are liking right now, but definitely a great, great resource. Next, we have your photos. So getting professional photos done is definitely a must when you can afford it in your business. It literally changes the game. It helps bring credibility. It helps establish yourself from others, and it's a part of your brand experience and your website experience. And having that professional, cohesive photos and branding really helps to tell a story and connects you with your ideal client. However, there also are great resources for free stock, high quality stock photos. Some of my favorites are Unsplash and Pexels. However, if you do have a niche, you can try searching like that niche. So like health and wellness has some really great stock photos, and just depending on your niche, you can search that. And there are so many resources out there. Next, we have your copywriting. So, write like you were talking to your best friend, which is typically, this is interesting. So, typically, we are helping the same version of ourselves 1 to 3 years ago. So, write to that person. You know, we know what that person is going through. We know what they need help with, and we know how to communicate to them. And so, if you write like you're writing to that person, you're golden. There's also a few things with copywriting too. One thing is just don't overthink it. Sometimes we have a tendency to really spend a lot of time on the copywriting. And when you just need to get going and started, it's okay just to write something, and then you'll have time too in the future to tweak it. Once you start to learn more and more about your ideal client in your business, you can tweak it. Another really interesting thing is that people are spending around 5 seconds actually reading the copy that is on your website, which is mind-blowing. So also a tip is to any of your bigger headings, use that with your important text so that people can easily scan the webpage and find it. This will help them throughout your webpage be guided, and that's what we want to do for our user, is create a really great user experience for them. All right, so now that we've completed our wardrobe, I'm going to go over the anatomy of a web page. So the first thing to do is determine the goal of the page. So what do you want to share with your audience? What action do you want them to take? After you determine the goal, you're able to think through these supporting sections. So after we have our goal, each section afterwards is going to support that goal, walking your client or ideal user through your webpage, guiding them to take action on our main goal. This part's really fun. So above the fold, fun fact that we get the term above the fold from where newspapers were folded and everything you could read on a newspaper above the fold. So above the fold is super important. So before we knew that clients would make a decision on your webpage within the first 2 to 5 seconds. And now that it's actually decreased to half a second, that people are judging your website upon landing on it within half a second. So that's crazy, one. But then two, we want to make sure everything that is above the fold is super clear and, again, easy for your client to use. So we want to have, for sure, your business name, an easy navigation, what you do and whom you serve, and then a call to action. It is also said that 70% of small business owners don't even have a clear call to action on their website. So we want to make sure that clients know what to do, how to take action, where to take action, and how to get there as easy as possible. So here I want to guide you through what a web page will look like. So first, we clearly communicate what you do and whom you serve. Next, we want to introduce yourself and invite your audience to learn more about you or your business. After that, we're going to showcase your product or service. Then we're going to share testimonials. So people really love to see that how they interacted with your product or service. What was that outcome? What was that like? And what they want to imagine what it would be like for them to work with you or to purchase your product. Then we can share more details about your process. A lot of people want to know what it's like to work with you. If you create artwork, they want to know, like, what is that process kind of like? People like to see the transformation, and sharing that allows people to kind of step into your world, and then it allows them to get closer to you and get to know you without physically like being closer, which is pretty cool. After that, we want to add a subscribe section so you can continue to grow your connection with your people. So this is great because we want to take that relationship to the next level. So in marketing, there was the rule of 7, which was it takes 7 people, excuse me, not 7 people. It takes up to 7 times for people to hear your product or service before they're going to take action. And now, due to all the increased ads that we're seeing all the time, it takes people up to 77 times to see your product or service before they're even taking action, which is crazy, right? So adding some sort of subscribe section really helps get people, I don't want to say in the funnel, but in the funnel. You know, this allows you to really create that connection and serve your clients. Next, we'll have your footer. So adding a secondary navigation can be super helpful. This allows people, when they get to the bottom of your webpage, instead of scrolling all the way to the top, they can easily click to the next page and kind of navigate where they want to go. You can reiterate what you do and where you're located. This helps with search engine optimization. And then also adding other social links that you want to invite and create community with and connection. Okay, so font consistency throughout your webpage. So this is something that I see pretty frequently, and it's such an easy fix. So what you're going to want to do is once you have your brand fonts, what you're going to do is assign them that role. So you're going to have the heading font, the subheading font, and then your paragraph font. And this will be consistent throughout your marketing material, throughout your website, and it also allows people to easily recognize your brand once they see that consistency, which then creates that credibility. It creates connection, dependable, reliable, because they can start building that trust with your brand without and before ever talking to you directly. Another little trick is to keep space around your text and around your photos within your web page. So sometimes if the sections, so even this black line here, if the sections are too close on your web page and photos are all kind of bunched in there, if it isn't super intentional, when the user is going through it, they can feel that there's something wrong, but they don't really know what it is. And any sort of confusion just causes the users to want to leave the page, right? And we don't want that to happen at all. So we want to make things as easy as possible at all times when users are using our website. Okay, ways to convert. So one of the best things is your website can help convert your ideal clients into customers. One way to do that is through free downloads. Again, this will really help create that community and take that relationship with your ideal client to the next level. Number 2 is always be guiding your audience with call to action buttons. So throughout your website, make sure that after they read a section that we have another call to action directing them where to go next. Again, always thinking about your user and how we can make this as easy as possible for them to navigate your site, to use your site, and to find the information that they're looking for on your site. Number 3, we have subscribe discount incentives or exclusive offers. So this is great because it also gives people the sense of importance. And of course, we want to make all of our ideal clients and our community feel important. And this is one way to do that as well. 4th is creating sales pages. So a lot of the times we think our website like, oh, we have to get it done. Once I get it done, I'm not going to touch it for a year or whatever that is for you. And that's just not the case because your website is such a great tool that you can use more consistently to actually help you convert. So for example, if you have a new product launch coming up. So again, we kind of want to hype that up and creating a sales page, and it doesn't have to be super long. We've all been on sales pages and sometimes they can feel really long. And if that feels overwhelming to you, you don't have to create it that long at all. But using it to start converting and getting people into your not sales funnel, but it is a sales funnel essentially. So kind of getting them in the door to your brand and business will help you cultivate that relationship and then take them to the next level. So doing that is great. You can start right away with products, or even if you're a photographer and if you have like a mini session or a special deal or anything like that is a great place to start. Speaking of exclusive offers, I am very, very excited to share my website templates with you. They are brand new, never before been seen. You guys are seeing them first, and I'm so, so excited to share them with you. They are filled with all of the goodness that we've talked about, really here to kickstart your website or help you take your website presence to the next level. So please use code SAVE20 at checkout to get 20% off. And if you have any questions, I would be happy to help. Thank you so much for having me here today. I am so honored to be able to share what I know with you, and thank you for taking the time to listen. If you do have any questions, email me at hello@seventhmade.com. Thank you so much.